Right then, guys, this is exactly how I want you to run your 5-10-5. So I'm going to break this down into short, simple steps that you can follow along with, because there are a few key phases in this that if you get them right, you are going to absolutely smash this drill and this test of change of direction. So sport, performance, movement, everything we do in that regard is all about breaking down different movement patterns and finding the most efficient way, the fastest way to get from A to B and ultimately get to where you need to be as fast as possible. So for this position, or for this test, I want you to go feet slightly outside of shoulder or hip width apart, okay? So just outside. Your hand is going to come down on the line for the direction that you're going to lead into. So if I'm going to shoot off to my left-hand side that way, my left hand is going to be on the line. The reason for that is I can then use this arm, and you can see it's already out there primed and ready. I'm going to punch that across, and I'm already leaning with the hips. So my body weight is already pushing in that direction, rather than leaning or being dead in the middle and having to try and generate and use that lean to then actually initiate the movement. So we're already going to be leaning in that direction, braced, ready to fire out and push. Now, knee joint angle. So you're going to drop into that low position with your chest and your shoulders. You're going to be looking to punch this arm across, and you've got a slight bend at the knee. You're probably around 160 degrees at the knee, something like that. Not that you're going to get a protractor out and measure it, but drop the height of the hips. You should be able to feel tension in your quads. Body weight forwards, right in the ball of your foot, so you're not sat back onto your heels. If anything, I think my heels are probably slightly off the floor, just like a hair off the floor. So steps wise, left hand is down, right hand is out with a slight bend at the elbow, as if I'm going to be sprinting. I'm going to lean across that left hand side, and my first movement is to punch my right hand across and come across with this right knee, because my next step is to then bring my left leg through, and I'm keeping my hips trying to stay side on with what's ahead of me there, rather than turning sort of 90 degrees and going completely towards that, because this next step is going to be a shuffle. So it's a little skip. The hand's going to come down, the foot is going to get past the cone or past the line or whatever you're using to mark it. And then from here, because we've then got a 10-yard sprint, we're basically going to turn the hips and drive out of this. So we need to get low into that turn. We have to get down, get the hip height down, so we can get the acceleration angles to keep pushing through. All the way through this 10-yard phase, we're still accelerating. Put the brakes on again, get low, drop to 90 degrees, flip the hips around, and come back through the finish. So make sure you master that first bit. So feet outside shoulder and hip width, right hand down this time for going to the right hand side. Body weight leaning across to the right, and you're going to go low foot movement, drive the arm, side step and shuffle. So it's literally 3 steps. I think it was 3 steps if you were to count them. So we've got 1, 2, and then that little jump in towards the cone at the end. That first 5 yards is going to set you up. And if you can come into this position here, nice and low with your foot past the line, you're in a very powerful position with that knee driving and that one pushing off. You're going to accelerate all the way through just as quickly as you can. And then this one, it's about dropping the height and again, back through the middle as quickly as you possibly can. That is how to set up and run your 5-10-5. Make sure you record videos of yourself doing this. Send them to me if you want me to take a look, and I'll send you some feedback. Good luck.